developers also, they can't talk about this because see, these are few things which we do not deal with in our day-to-day lives. We know the operations, we are working on the software, we are using the tool, but the concepts behind it, the foundation behind it, we forget. And that should not happen as a developer. You should always uh, stay close to the foundations and the concepts that you learn in real time. So if I ask, DBMS stands for Database Man. So database management system. What is database management system? It is basically a software that is used to create and manage databases. Okay, so the software that is used to create databases. So what it does? So SSMS is the if you see what is SSMS, the abbreviation is SSMS and the full form is SQL Server Management Studio. Like Management Studio. That means it is basically an application with the help of which you are able to create, you are able to communicate with something, which is your SQL Server. Okay. So this is not the database. The database is stored here in SQL Server. It is just a software which is working as a medium to communicate with your database. Okay. So this is the management system that we have, SQL Server Management Studio. So a database management system is basically a software that is used to create and manage databases. So the DBMS basically acts like an interface between the user and the database. So you are the user. So I am the user. User. And this is the database management system that we have. And this is the server or D. So now this management system, it acts like an interface that my user would be communicating with the server. How? Through this management system. Without this, I cannot communicate. Without this, I cannot get the response. Okay. Like, for example, if I tell you, you are the user, you go to Google search engine and you type over there, like say, HD Fix or maybe say Big. Okay. So now what Google will do, it will process it and then it will show you some response. So the Google search engine that you have is basically the interface that is actually helping you to communicate with the Google database. It is not the database. It is an interface which is interacting with the database. Understood? So to some extent, I cannot say that it is a database management system, but I'm just giving Google search is not a database management system. It is basically an interface. But think in that order, you will be able to understand. Okay. So now, is DBMS been there since many, many years? No, it was not there. DBMS definitely was there, the database management system, but specifically, the thing that we are going to work is since it is relational data, so it is called as RDBMS, which stands for Relational Database Management System. Database Management System. But is it there since day one? No, it is not there. So almost in around 1960s, first time we started with collecting the data. We understood the importance of data. So it all started with this one, file management system. I'm not talking in depth about all these things. That is not so much important. But if you want to know, you can do your research. File management system. So earlier, the data used to get stored in files, which was called as FMS. Okay. Then started the evolution of data. The importance of data began in 1960s and data started. There is a lot of development in the data side that companies started to invest and uh, see some outcomes. Then comes our HDBMS. H stands for hierarchical data. So what is hierarchical data? Hierarchical data means now we have started that, okay. So it almost happened in 1970s. And not only hierarchical data during that time, uh, it also started with NDBMS. NDBMS, which stands for network. So how the data can be related to each other, how the networks can be related to each other in the data. So those kind of concepts started evolution. Okay, what was that evolution of data that started? And in 1980s, then came the major evolution, which came as RDB, which is your relational database management. Okay. And this is still till date, we are mainly using RDBMS, relational database management system. In 1990, more advanced concepts came into picture, which is called ORDBMS. When various languages came into picture, object oriented. So this is object relational database management system. So these are a little bit complex concepts, but these are very nice concepts. And then came ODBMS, which is object oriented database management system. Okay. There are a lot of things like inheritance, encapsulations, polymorphisms. There are a lot of things that came into picture. So you do not have to learn about so many things in depth, but yeah, it's a good to know information. What we are going to concentrate is mainly on this part. If you know this, the other things you can learn automatically. These things are no longer required. So you can neglect that. Just giving a good to know information because you need to know how we started. So all it started with file management system. Then came our hierarchical network database management system. We have our relational database management system, and over the top of it, there are a lot of other things: object relational and object oriented database management system. Here, so what is basically RDBMS? RDBMS is nothing, simple thing, that we understood the importance of tables. Data started getting stored in tables. So table means there should be row and there should be attributes. What are attributes? Anyone? Sorry?
Column.
Columns. Correct. So attributes are nothing but columns or fields. Okay. So data started getting stored in table format like this. See, I have written it over here in table format. It became very easy for you to read. And that is what relational database management system started to do. It brought in various new things which we could not do earlier. Though it might sound that it was easy, but when you started evolution, at that time, lot of things does not come in our brain, what will work good for us, what will not work good for us. Slowly, when we make mistakes, when we think that, okay, these are the right things that should be done, only then the evolution starts. So what is a database? Now we can say that database is a collection of tables. Can we say that? Database is a collection of tables. So what is a table? A table is a collection of rows and columns, can we say? What is a row? Can we say it's a collection of field values? Each field has got a value that comes basically under row. And what is a column? Can we say it is a collection of values assigned to one field? Obviously, one column will have a similar type of data. Employee ID will store only employee ID. Employee ID cannot store salary or job or any other thing. So it is a collection of values assigned to only one field. Understood? So this is basically the concept of RDBMS. Okay. So what are the features that it brought in? What we could not do earlier, which RDBMS was capable to do very easily. Number one, it became very easy to read the data. So data access became very easy. Easy data access. And since access became easy, manipulation also became very easy. So easy data access and manipulation. Now people, since the data is getting stored in tables, I am able to remove various duplication of data. So now data had less redundancy is basically the data terminology, which is called duplicate data. If someone is talking, you have to reduce data redundancy, or I can see the redundancy is quite high. So redundancy means duplicate informations are quite high. Okay. So since data started getting stored in tables, I am able to eliminate I am able to eliminate duplications of data. And since relationships of data have started begun, normalization was possible. That means right informations were able to store at right places. We are able to create logins. We are able to give a lot of security. So data became more secure. You already know the importance of security. If there is any kind of data breach, then your company can become bankrupt within few seconds. So that is how the importance of data is in the market. And that's the reason people are spending millions and billions of dollars in order to ensure that the data remains secure. Okay. Strong data integrity. So data integrity is also another terminology which is for data quality. My data quality improved because now I'm giving the data a structure, a table. I'm storing the right information at the right place. So automatically my data integrity got enhanced. Okay. RDBMS started, means there are a few features that are present in RDBMS which was not present earlier, which is data sharing. You are able to share data now very easily, and it supports transactional data as well. So it's a very, very strong feature of RDBMS, which is that comes under the category of SQL. So I can do a lot of programming on SQL as well. Okay. So that comes under this part, object relational. So transactional SQL, we are not doing in this module because it's a complex thing, and the learning curve will automatically increase by 2 or 3 more months. So this is not necessary. And as a data analyst also, T-SQL is something which you do not have to explore as of now. So, but it supports transactional data, due to which we can store all the transactional informations, whatever activity that you are doing in real time, that gets stored. So these are the benefits of RDBMS. So benefits of RDBMS. Understood? Any questions till now? Please ask. Don't hesitate. If you have any questions, please do ask. So the final concept that we are going to learn before we deep dive practical things of SQL Server. Let's understand SQL Server a little bit more. How the SQL Server works. Architecture. This is an important question. Architecture of SQL Server. If someone tells me, many